You can probably expect chickens. Chapter S7, Duke's Daughter. Although the appraisal ceremony became a slight uproar, it managed to end safely. The cause of the uproar was not only that both of our status were abnormally high. When I eavesdrop on the noble's conversation with my enhanced hearing, apparently skill points can only be obtained by level up, and I'm abnormal because I have 100,000 points at level 1. Come to think of it, Sue's skill point was 0. This is perhaps because I'm reincarnated, but I'm interested in the Duke Daughter that comes up occasionally in conversations that's also born with skill points. When I put Noble's story together, the Duke Daughter seemed to have undertaken the appraisal ceremony several days before me. Then, she has an unprecedented excellent status, and she has skill points that shouldn't be there. And it's said that the Duke Daughter... Why is it not Duke's Daughter? The Duke Daughter also had the skill that seemed to be garbled. Oh, a certain deduction appears inside me. If it's so, I must meet this Duke Daughter by any means. The chance came immediately. After the appraisal ceremony, we moved to a different venue, and a light party was held. Sue and I are led by the king to greet the line of nobles at the center of the party. Each of the nobles who lined up have brought their children who are the same age as me or a little older than me. In other words, this place is a place for the nobles who are around the same age to introduce themselves. Then I was introduced to the Duke Daughter. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the eldest daughter of the Duke Annibald house. Cartinia Seri Annibald. It was an impressive bishojo with burning red hair and a strong-willed face. She has the presence that can attract attention just by glancing at her, but even more than that, my magic perception saw through her enormous magical power, an amount almost equal to me and Sue. Speaking of Duke Annibald, it's a distinguished great noble in this country. Regarding the accomplishments of the country for generations, there's a history that the blood of the royal family is connected to the hero's blood. Men who are born in the Duke house have the high talent and is raised through complete education with rigid discipline to be worthy to serve the country. But still, the amount of her magical power is abnormal. She has already exceeded with the man with the red hair who seems to be her father. Nice to meet you. I'm Shuran Zagan Anarach. Yoroshiku. I have certain conviction, so I said the last word in Japanese. The eyes of the Duke Daughter opened wide for an instant, then it went back to normal. I understood well that my expectation was proved right by the movement. Father, may I talk with this child? The king showed the behavior to hesitate in my words a little. Well, behind the Duke Daughter, who was brought in first, there... Why am I fucking... I got a little distracted, actually. Got a text. Well, behind the Duke Daughter, who was brought in first, there's still a lot of nobles who brought their child in the line. However, I can't pull back now. Is it bad? The king opened his mouth after he compared the Duke and the nobles who waited behind with me. I don't mind. Don't leave for a long time. Return after a while. Hi, thank you. I take the hand of the Duke Daughter like a child and began to run. Although I can feel that Sue pouts with an awful force behind, I can't mind it. I go out to the hall and enter the private room that has become the waiting room, because there were times when a noble slips out of the party to talk about negotiations. Such a private room was built close to the hall. If it's here, it's soundproof, and it's safe because there are guards standing in front of the door. Phew, it should be good here. I speak in Japanese without concealing it anymore. Never thought that the prince is a person who got reincarnated, and the Duke Daughter also speaks in Japanese. Ah, this is bad. It's been a long time since I hear someone speaking in Japanese other than me. I'm deeply moved. Although the strong-willed impression doesn't change this girl, she has a light tone. And I want to hear it, but I do have the memory of Haitian high school. I asked her about the former school that I attended. I have a lot. You are a friend from the same high school who got reincarnated in this world after all. As expected, this girl seems to be my former classmate who got involved with the mysterious crack in the classroom the same way as me and got reincarnated in this world. My former name is Yamada Shunsuke. How about yours? Boo-ha! When I say my former name, the girl burst into laughter. Yeah, Shun, a prince. It doesn't suit you. The girl who burst out laughing. What's this deja vu? Although there's no recognition of the girl in front of my eyes, that speech and behavior looks like someone I know. Are you Kanata? Oh, this time it's my turn to burst out laughing. As former male friends, that game comrade Kanata is the girl. The existence itself was reborn as an exact opposite creature. Don't laugh. Even though things may appear this way, I seriously felt down immediately after I was reborn. No, sorry, but even you laughed at me. It's even now. Sure is, but it was good to meet you. Up until now, it was quite tough being alone. Ah, I agree with that. It's good to be able to meet. Kanata and I nail a fist to each other. Then a roaring sound emitted from the door. What is it? Kanata panics. I also panicked for an instant, but I calmed down after knowing who it was. No, I panic in a different meaning. The door is blown off inwardly by the second roaring sound. Outside the door, there's Sue, who had her physical ability raised with Magic Combat Act. She stood there and prepared the swung fist with offensive magic power. Sue points her view and Kanata and me, and Kanata was lock on. Sue, stop, stop! In a hurry, I slipped my body between Sue and Kanata, and Sue's first fist was about to blow Kanata off. I won't hand over Nisama. Sue embraces me and mutters in a whisper. Your younger sister is scary, Kanata complained in Japanese. On this day, I met the first classmate. So shit, they were all fucking reincarnated in different places. Kumiko got the best one, but I mean, being a prince is cool and all, but being a monstrous spider's gotta be the best. Now they need to meet. She needs to find them and speak in Japanese so that they can be all like, oh yeah. Well, she needs to learn telepathy first, but yeah, okay. That's kind of cool, though, that he met somebody else that was in the class. If I misunderstood, I'm pretty sure that the one who's a girl now used to be a guy. I might have misunderstood something because of the translations, but that's what it seemed like, so that's kind of funny. All right.